Did you actually think I'd stop making videos about Paladins after they removed skin customization? You gotta be out of your fucking mind. I won't be going in depth over every little thing this update has to offer, so if you're interested in watching someone else read nothing but patch notes, go somewhere else. We're talking about the event itself, nothing more, nothing less. First things first, we got some new lore in video form, which is always nice. Can't believe I lived to see the day where Paladins lore actually became more interesting than Overwatch's. Good job, Hi-Rez. The new game mode is just a modified onslaught mode with some cooldown reduction tweaks and a limited roster of champions. Wait a second, why is the event titled Siege of Ascension's Peak if the featured game mode is actually onslaught? Are you fucking kidding me? How did they let this slip by? That's typical Hi-Rez quality for you. Calm down, calm down. Don't worry, it's just a joke. You know what else is a joke though? The whole fucking event. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Sorry, I went off track for a second there. Back to what I was saying about the limited roster of champions. I know it's supposed to tie into the lore, but that doesn't mean that you should be locked into a champion without a choice. At the very least, Hi-Rez should have let you select your champion from the limited ones available, or at least switch champions with another player on your team if both of you agreed upon it. Do you know how often I was matched up with people that had absolutely no fucking clue how to play their champions? Do you know what it's like to have a Ceres on your team that forgets how to heal? The first time I played it, I was assigned to Leon, which initially made me feel like the luckiest guy in the world because I love the bitch to death. But with the removal of the skin customization added to this patch, it felt like the biggest punch in the gut because I was stuck using the default Leon skin if I wanted to use her beautiful white hair. Fucking bummer. Oh well, at least Asmodeus the Sex Lord made a cool wallpaper for me. I fucking love that guy. The game mode itself isn't very interesting if you don't particularly care about the lowered cooldowns, and the only reason why you'd want to play this is to see Khan punch Victor so hard that he flies into another server region, or to complete an event-exclusive quest to unlock one of the new roaming emotes, which lets me perfectly segue into bitching about those. Out of all three emotes, Strix gets the best one in my opinion. I just fucking love it. And say what you want, but the Maeve animation looks like complete garbage in motion. Standing still, it's alright. And last but not least, we have... Jesus fucking Christ. Honestly, if you buy the dab emote, you deserve every bad thing that happens to you in your life. I'm not fucking kidding. It's bad enough that people both ironically and unironically dab in real life. I don't want to see that shit in my games too. Like I mentioned before, this event gives us some exclusive quests in order to unlock the 3 roaming emotes, which is a completely fair requirement. What isn't fair though is the fact that you need to purchase one of the event's exclusive skins just to unlock one of them, even if you've completed all the required quests. Look, I understand Hi-Rez needs to make money, but when the reward for playing your game is having the privilege to buy one of the emotes with real money, that's just insulting. I, like many other people, were under the impression that you could either unlock the emote by purchasing the skin, because we were told it would give us an emote unlock thing, or completing timed quests, but I guess that's too generous of a move for Hi-Rez to make. At the very least, they should have given us the option to complete 12 quests to unlock one of the emotes. As for the event exclusive skins, they're alright, I guess. In the last video I made, I said that I wouldn't be surprised if they locked the skins behind more expensive loot boxes, knowing how greedy Hi-Rez has been in the past, and I must say that I'm pleasantly surprised that they give everyone the option to purchase them directly. That's how microtransactions should be when it comes to cosmetics. You should be able to purchase whatever you want as long as you feel the price is right instead of gambling your money away with loot boxes. If you ask me, loot boxes are one of the worst things to ever be introduced in the video game industry, but that's a topic for another time. Back to the skins. I'm gonna be brutally honest here, so if you don't agree with me on anything I have to say, let me know how shit my taste is in the comment section below. Alright, here we go. Personally, I think Skye looks like absolute trash. Her outfit doesn't match her at all. I think it's more suited for someone younger, like Maeve or something. I mean, her ears clip through the fucking headphones for fuck's sake, and the overall texture quality compared to the other skins is absolutely outrageous. Zin, like Skye, not only looks like shit, but looks like he has to run back to the toilet after realizing he just popped out a turd nugget from his bleeding asshole right after he finished taking one of the biggest bowel movements of his life. He looks like he's in serious pain. Ceres, unlike the other two, looks absolutely fantastic, sporting a sort of ancient Egyptian attire, which is completely unfair because I have the biggest hard-on for the ancient Egyptian aesthetic. You're really tempting me, Hi-Rez. Ancient Egyptian clothing with an underboob and a panty window? You're really testing my patience. I need this skin. I need it. You get my money this time, Hi-Rez. I'm so ashamed of myself. I really regret spending the 750 gems Hi-Rez gave me after OB64. I would have taken this over Great Wall Saris any day. The last skin added to this patch is probably the best looking one in the game so far. Yeah, I admit it looks great, but I still think adding horns to Genos' face changes his silhouette. But as far as the skin quality goes, it blows the other ones out of the fucking water, which is something I want to talk about for a minute. I understand that not all skins released will be of equal quality. I understand that Genos is the star of the show. What I don't understand is why they locked him, the best looking skin, behind a paywall of 900 gems. It's such a kick in the nuts to anybody who wanted to purchase it. It's literally one of the most anti-consumer moves they could have made. It's actually insulting. I think it's absolute bullshit that they locked the best looking skin behind a 900 gem microtransaction, but of course, a bunch of people in the comments section on my last video had to jump the gun and defend their Hi-Rez overlords by saying shit along the lines of, "Oh, the Genos skin is free though, it's a bonus." Let me ask you something. If you spend money on something with the intention of getting a free item, is it really free? Maybe for those who actually want to buy all the skins, but I can assure you, not everybody wants them. If I went to GameStop and took advantage of one of their buy one get one free game promotions, sure, I'm getting a free game at the cost of buying one already. The second game isn't technically free. You're still giving them money. If you have to pay money for something at all, it's not free, even if it is a bonus. Hi-Rez is known for their trickery, so locking the best looking skin behind the purchase of 3 other ones doesn't surprise me one bit. And speaking of Hi-Rez trickery, did you know that they removed the option to buy the champion default voice packs with gold and added them to bundles of champion specific voice packs while not letting anybody know about it in the process? And you know what the best part is? These bundles now cost gems. You can't buy them with gold anymore. Classic Hi-Rez. Now the only thing you can do with gold is just buy the only recolored skins left in the game and level up your champion if you already bought the Founders Pack. What bullshit. What about all the people that don't have $20 to blow on unlocking all the champions? Those people relied on gold to unlock the champions and the voice lines separately. This is such a slap in the face to those people. I know why Hi-Rez did this though. They figured that if they added the default voices to the champion-specific voice bundle, it would entice people to spend money on the Founders Pack. Why spend $4.99 on just a few voices for one character when you can spend $20 and get all the champions in the game along with their default voice lines for free? Classic Hi-Rez. What money-making scheme will they think of next? Something I can't believe I almost forgot to include was the changes made to the game's tutorial and UI. Let's talk about the tutorial first because, this is pretty good. If you ever remember the first time you booted up Paladins, you should be able to recall the game forcing you to complete its in-depth tutorial, which I raved about when I compared it to Overwatch's lackluster one. So if you'd like to watch the video for that, I think I made 2 of them, the videos will be in the description below. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, Hi-Rez has removed more than half of the tutorial, specifically the parts that cover moving the payload and capturing an objective, which are pretty important parts. Why this was removed, I have no idea. It was initially a hell of a lot better than Overwatch's tutorial, covering almost every aspect of core mechanical gameplay. However, now it's a shell of its former self. When comparing it to Overwatch's tutorial, it's actually worse now. Both of them do the same thing, teach you how to aim, move, and use abilities. But now the one thing Overwatch's tutorial covers that Paladins doesn't is control point capture. Again, I have no idea why they would remove such a critical part of the tutorial. My only guess is that it had to do with optimization, or at least that's probably what Hi-Rez is going to tell us. But to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually deleted half of the tutorial's code by accident. It just sounds like something Hi-Rez would do, you know? Not only did they change the tutorial significantly for better or just for worse, but they changed the main menu to look exactly like Overwatch's as well. And a lot of people will probably bring up the fact that other games have main menus that are presented in similar fashion, which is true. However, the games that these people bring up to compare Overwatch and now Paladins to look nothing alike. If I say Paladins copied Overwatch's main menu, someone in the comment section will scream that Overwatch copied someone else. Listen, as much as you'd like to believe it, Counter-Strike 1.6 and TF2's main menus do not look like Overwatch's. I'll make a fucking video explaining why if I have to. To say that Hi-Rez isn't copying Overwatch's main menu is downright asinine. They took their own unique main menu that was easily manageable and replaced it with this. I mean, for fuck's sake. They even replicated Overwatch's 3D character model on the right side of the screen, showing off one of the latest skins in the game. You have to be absolutely insane, no, absolutely mental, senseless, deranged, and downright off your rocker to think that they are not copying Overwatch's main menu at this point. It's kind of depressing in a way. Almost everything I praised Paladins for when comparing it to Overwatch is being removed or altered in a way that makes the game become more like it. I liked Paladins because of how different it was. Now it feels like it's starting to become a shadow of its former self. Now it's becoming an Overwatch clone. Before wrapping things up, there's something I want to mention about the event as a whole. I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like it's made for people who want to spend money. In a free-to-play game, I'd expect the game to actually benefit free players, at least in some way. I find it quite disappointing, really. Other free-to-play games have events that at least give something to people that can't spend any money, so why can't Paladins? In conclusion, for their first event, it's very underwhelming. The new game mode relies heavily on a higher cooldown gimmick and loses its novelty fairly quickly. The timed event quests are able to be completed in any game mode, giving players even less of a reason to keep playing the limited time event. All new emotes are locked behind a paywall, along with the best looking skin in the game, only becoming available if you purchase everything else. The removal of the most important part of the tutorial and changing the main menu to the point where I thought I accidentally booted up Overwatch doesn't help either. And like I said before, my main gripe with this update is that it feels like it's only fully enjoyable to the players that are willing to spend money on it. Sure, the UI change is free, and so is the mediocre game mode, but that's pretty much it. I would have really liked to be given the chance to unlock something, anything, even a spray at the very least by just playing instead of having everything locked behind a paywall after grinding through quests. At least, I think, we can all agree that out of all the negatives mentioned today, making the event skins available for purchase directly and not locked away within a specific loot box was a good move. Now let's see if they keep this up. And I think we can also all agree that Sarah's showing underboob in any form is a blessing from above. Overall, I give Siege of Ascension's peak a 5 out of 10. That's it for this week. What do you think about the event? Let me know in the comments section below. And as always, leave a like if you thought it was somewhat entertaining, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, if you like what you see. I currently upload one video each Sunday, so be sure to visit again next week. Also, I have a Discord channel. The link is in the description below. Please feel free to check it out. I'm always there. I'm always looking forward to talking to new people and sharing porn, and I mean, come on, that's like the only reason why anybody goes to the Discord anyway. So if you're interested, stop on by and stay a while. You'll be in good company. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope Hi-Rez does better next time, and I hope they don't start throwing skins behind loot boxes again. I'll see you next week. Later.